Okay, so in Minecraft, what I would like to do, I would like to do a number of things. I haven't really played Minecraft actually this week since the last time I played it, so all I've kind of been doing is messing around. I'm going to put a torch there because it looks pretty dark. All I've kind of been doing is just like kind of walking around and figuring out. I'm thinking I'm going to move that tree there like over a few. In fact, actually, that's what we're going to do like right away. Yeah, and that's just basically because I just haven't really felt like I've wanted to do Minecraft that much. But not just that, you know, I've been... So post Dungeons and Dragons stream, me and Kath hung out for a little bit, and he was like, hey, why don't you get the Xbox Game Pass for like a couple of months? And I was like, okay. So I've been playing Farmville, not Farmville, Stardew Valley, hence the music in the background. And yeah, like, I didn't feel like streaming it, and I've only got the pass for like 2 weeks anyway, so I didn't want to get too attached. But yeah, here I am. Back to Minecraft for a little bit, we'll see. I did feel inspired today. Stardew? Yeah, I've been playing Stardew. First time I've ever played it. Like, me and Kath played, not you two. I've enjoyed it. It's been fun. It's a fun little game. You can't knock it. But I do feel like it's the sort of game that if you play it, you're gonna keep playing it. You're gonna keep playing it, and then you're never gonna stop. So I'm trying not to get too addicted. I would say something dangerous. Yeah, it is definitely a dangerous game. It's one of those games where you can... It's on the phone too. Yeah, I'm not that into it. I have been enjoying it though. I definitely will stop after I've ran out of time on the what's it. Right, we're gonna add a little bit of lighting to this build because I was just looking at it and it looks very dark. Not good. There's definitely spawning spots, mainly in these little areas there. These bits will be okay, but I still want to kind of make it shine a little bit. So we're going to do something very, very simple. We're just going to add like a lantern, a hanging lantern. I didn't bring the chains. We're just going to go and get some chains real quick, and we'll get the hanging lanterns in. I know I've got chains in here. Actually, maybe I don't. Maybe my chains are not here. Okay, my chains are not here. Fine. Yeah, so we're gonna add a few lanterns. Not very many, just a few, just to give it a little bit of light during the darkness, and also, most importantly, to stop those spawns. Where are my chains? I don't have any. I think I need that for chains, right? Right. Yes. I can make 5. Seriously? Fine. That's okay. We can make more than 5. We can make 14. 14 will be more than enough. So yeah, it's on the phone too. Yeah, I'm not that into it that it's going to be on the phone. What I will say with what I've been playing recently on my phone, I started playing Pokemon, which is very dangerous. When I say Pokemon, I mean like Pokemon Red, the like, you know, the OG Pokemon, the Pokemon I played when I was a kid. Started playing that, and that's quite dangerous because I do feel like. Is that 2? Oh. Right. I can't place it there. Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, that's fine. I forgot that was like a half slab in the wrong direction. Well, that's okay. I don't think we need it in the front. I mean, I could put them there, but I don't think that quite looks right. So we won't do that. I mean, the other option is getting end rods instead of the instead of the copper rods, but I kind of like that how it is, so we're going to leave that. Then that means that that's going to be the wrong type. How does... I can't put it on stairs? Oh, I'm so conflicted right now. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Well, I can put it up there, so that's where we were going to do anyway. And we'll hope that the light will kind of spill over. So we can do this. And that will just add a little bit of something, something. And of course, we will need to kind of incorporate it into the roof as well, which is what we will be doing today. We'll be finishing off that roof. And I'm gonna struggle. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna struggle to incorporate lighting into the roof because we can't. I mean, the other option is just cover the whole of the roof with wool, but yeah, I don't think that's quite right. Like, I don't think that's the right thing to do. There we go. Okay. So we'll wait until nighttime and we'll see what it looks like. But I think that will just be enough. And I mean, I'm kind of hoping that the light will be able to spill around. If it doesn't, if that looks very dark, so be it. It's fine. So be it. Yeah, no, it's just a shame. There's no actually no place to hang things from. Unless I turn that into a full block, then we could hang it like there as well. But I don't think we need to. Well, from the bottom, we've got like these little spots anyway, like here, where there is light emanating from there anyway, right? So that will reach kind of halfway up here. So this will look like it's lit. And we'll have light on the inside, so the light will emanate from the outside, which I think works. So yeah, I think we're okay. Right, let's do this roof, because this is... Yeah, this is gonna be... this is a difficult roof to do. I'm not overly pleased with the roof as a whole, but I can't think of another way of doing it. Whilst still... Oh, you know what? I might just temporarily put torches on the roof, because I think I know what I'm going to do to stop mob spawning on the top. Actually, so that we don't have to actually design... Oh, I just realized I need more mangrove. We're not going to have enough. Let's... Right. Okay, so I do have a reference image. Hey, Discan, how's it going, dude? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cover the whole of this in first. So we'll do all of the roof bitty bobs. So I'll fill in the roof, and then I will do the stripped mangrove last, because I'm gonna add stripped mangrove into this to change up the texture just a little bit. Washing up done, dinner done, chill for a second. Nice. Yeah, the former on that, like the washing up, is not what I did before I started streaming. I should have done that, but I didn't. To be honest, I didn't really have much of a dinner myself. I only had like a quick pasta bake, so it wasn't much, but it was enough. Okay, so we'll do all of this, and then... you serious? It's fine, I've got this, and we can like do that. Why do I have random mangrove stairs? I suppose I didn't want to do that. Doing a veggie bake yourself, nice. Okay, So that now makes the exterior done. Obviously we have to do that interior. I'm not gonna worry too much about that until later, because one of the main things that I kind of want to do today is actually designing the sheep farm, which, not this part of the sheep farm, the bit that's underground. I kind of want to design that, and we also need to find a place for it to be. Making stir-fried chicken, deep-fried taters, boiled cauliflower. Very nice. Boiled, though. Boiled veg is... No, I don't like that. Never boil veg. Steam it. Steam it. Steam it, fry it. Don't boil it. Don't boil veg. Ugh. No, I don't like it. Unless you turn the water from the boiled cauliflower into like a soup or something. But then you may as well just blend the cauliflower. You can have cauliflower soup. And, I mean, okay, I don't like cheese, but cheese would go very well with a cauliflower soup. I don't like cheese, but... Do you know what I'm gonna do? This is gonna be controversial. This is gonna be very controversial here. But I'm gonna do that. Thanks. I'm just gonna buy the gunpowder. Because we don't currently have a way of making gunpowder, and we go through rockets like crazy. So, a little bit controversial, but it's okay. Do I have a mushroom box? Maybe in foliage? No? Secondary foliage? Yeah, we'll put the brown mushroom blocks in there then. Which is weird. I know it's weird, but it is what it is. Where's the... I'll put the mangrove and the packed mud in there. It doesn't feel good, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Mangrove stairs can go away. Do I have any mangrove wood left? No. Okay, so we need to grow a little bit of mangrove wood real quick. Do you know what he's also got, wherever he is? He's got fire coral and horn coral, which actually also might not be bad to get a hold of. So let's do that. And I'm just thinking for like decoration blocks, like we can use the dead coral as like a good decoration block around this sort of area. So I mean, I know I could just go and get loads of the coral. We've got a... What's it? Where did he go? Why is he up here? Come back. So I am going to do that. But at the moment it's like super easy to get sticks. So get emeralds. So I'm not like losing out. Nope. And we can put those... Yeah, you see, I've already got a little bit of fire coral there. I've probably done the same. Look. So we get the dead fire coral, which is quite a good little block kind of thing there. Like, it's a very interesting grey block. I quite like it, and it's... I don't know how to break it. I presume it's probably a hoe. So yeah, I quite like... No! Is it a pick? I don't know. You need silk touch, don't you? Do you need silk touch? I can't remember. Oh well. But anyway, it's a good texture, so... It's a good grey, and we use greys quite a lot, especially in the caves. I mean, if we want to use that on like a big scale, I'm gonna have to like go to a special warm ocean biome. But still. I didn't realize that coral broke if you didn't use the correct tool. I thought it was like dirt, you could like punch it, but oh well, the more you know. Right, we need to get just a little bit, we don't need much, just a little bit of mangrove. And mangrove wood is like the worst the worst to farm. So let's go do that. I'm gonna go and get some bone meal so we can just grow this real quick. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. Let's just get rid of the rest of the junk from my inventory first, though, Womble. Cobbled deep slate. Jungle planks. Loads of sticks can go in there. Iron-related items can go in there. Getting a little bit of rotten flesh again. White stained glass. Why do I have like one left? And the mangrove slab, which I don't have room in here for, so I guess we take out the sticks actually, yeah. White dye. That can go in there. And I think that is everything. I don't need the bucket either at the moment, so we'll just get rid of that. So what about you, Cyan? What have you what are you eating this evening? What is your go-to food today? Such a weird tree. I don't know how I feel about mangrove yet, but it is the worst. It is the worst to farm. I do have that. I need, if I could, I will take the fortune. Right, let's start clearing this out. I'm hoping we'll get enough of this wood. Now, remind me, do I also need... I do, don't I? I also need to clear out this stuff, which is irritating. And you can't compost the roots either, which is... Made it. How much did we make? Only 9 planks from that. This is why this is the worst. I would say that this is probably the worst wood to mine, to grind out this. Do you know what? I'm going to put that... we'll put it in the offhand, because then I can swap easily. Bah, I didn't want that. That's fine. And anything else we can kind of bone meal. Oh, it's a little bit laggy. Okay, cool. So that's got me 25. Now I am going to make this. Just a few times. And we will grow one more of these. One more. Ow. I didn't... No! Okay. I don't get how these trees can, like, have no frickin' wood. Alright, that'll do, I think. I think that will do. At least for the time being. I might need another one, actually. Yeah, let's do another. Whoops. This is definitely like the most irritating wood to clear. You really have to get through these leaves in order to see like all the little bits of wood that's sticking around everywhere. Like this bit here, I would have missed that. So the chicken is delicious. The cauliflower has been boiled, but still sturdy. I guess like al dente, and the potato didn't really deep fry hot enough in the pan. Yeah, you need to, if you deep fry something, you need to, number one, have a lot of oil. And number two, you need to make sure that that oil is like scalding. And number three, you need to make sure that that scalding oil doesn't go anywhere near your skin. Because that would be bad. I think it's the roots that I am most angry about with these. I mean, don't get me wrong. The roots are pretty cool. They're pretty cool block. But it's just like, there's so much of them. I don't think there's a piece of wood in that, so it should just despawn naturally. Or burn your house down. That's true. Also, don't do that. Gotta do some deep fried chips tomorrow. That's a good... Do you know what? I haven't done deep fried stuff in a very long time. Like chips or anything like that. Like I haven't done that in a while. Okay, don't need those. Don't need the moss carpet. Wow, you get loads of bone meal from the moss carpet. Okay, maybe not. And don't need that. Can I do it with the roots? I can do it with the roots. Great. Okay, I was wrong. We might actually get back the bone meal we used. Oh, no, we won't. We used loads. I don't need these roots. We've got loads and I can always get more. You can waterlog them. Can you waterlog them? Didn't know that. Oh wait, no, that's not where I use the waterlog. What's it? What? Why do I have this stuff in here? We've got like what? Is this more junk? What? When did I do this? When did I fill this with junk? Like, I don't remember. I actually don't remember doing this. Like, we've got cobbled deep slate wall. That must have been, it must have been when I was building this area. Like, it's all stuff that I used in this area around here. So that was like a year ago. And I've just left the junk around. Yeah, I've used waterlogged roots in that over there, and you can barely see them. You can barely see them, but I have actually used waterlogged roots. And the reason why I did that, I thought it was quite a cool effect because you can see the root in that bit there. Of course, random chest. Of course, it's full of random junk. I thought they were empty. I generally thought I'd left them empty, but nope. Nope, apparently not. I'm full of random junk. Right, I'm gonna try and replicate what I've done with the roof in the creative world, but it will probably be like slightly different. It doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter if it's like slightly different. As long as it looks good in this world, this is kind of the thing that matters. So let's pop those in there. We'll start popping these off. Dun, 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 dun. It doesn't have to be like perfect. It's just so that I've got some semblance of normality, I guess. Like it's just a little bit of, it's just about like changing this up with the textures, to be honest. I do have these as well for like the edges, because like this one, yeah, we'll go about here. Yeah, I may as well put those in as well. It's a bit of a waste of wood, but you know what? I crafted it up now, so it's on me. Whoops, lost one. The thing is, you can barely see it, but you know, it works for me, so. Oops, didn't mean that. Oh, look, all the little mangrove bits and bobs and stuff that I've got left. Nice. Was there a mangrove piece that fell like here? I don't know how. And the last thing we're going to do is just make sure that it is completely mob-proof. And in order for that, I think I need like 1 and 2, and we will aim to get rid of those torches at some point once we get the tree kind of hanging over. Well, I'm gonna have lighting in that branch there, and the branch will kind of like be covering the majority of this roof anyway, which is why it doesn't matter too much. I just wanted to add a little bit of texture, and I think it looks okay. It's fine. It's not amazing. It's definitely not my best roof I've ever done, but I don't think it needs to be for this build. That's just awkward. Leaves can be waterlogged now, correct. Leaves can be waterlogged. I haven't waterlogged any leaves yet, though. I think if I were to waterlog leaves, because I don't know how I feel about the blue and the greens going together. Scaffolding likes to troll me. Yeah, I don't like scaffolding. Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about like the blues and the greens like right next to each other. You kind of like have to have like a color that breaks them apart. Like that and this is fine because it's part of the water. So I guess you could maybe use leaves, waterlogged leaves, like on the tops of a pond or something. I guess that would work. But usually when I'm using like the blues water stuff, I like to surround it with like stone before it hits the green. That's not always the case, but underground foliage got to level up. That's true, it did. You're right. Did I ever show you this bedroom? I think I might have. I know I didn't do it on stream. I did this all off stream because I don't know what went wrong with my head that day. I did that very shortly after I did this tree, and I was like, huh, if someone would put a swing like this in, they're gonna have a very flamboyant bedroom, right? So I don't know if I showed you. I might have forgotten. But yeah. So, very Barbie. I'm not gonna lie, these colors were very difficult to get right. Like, I'm quite pleased with the way the way I turned, especially with like the empty bookshelves. I think they work very well in here. But yeah, no, it's very difficult to get the pinks to work. There's not very many colors that work well with the cherry wood. But I wanted to use the cherry wood because of the cherry tree out back. And I think it works. I think it also works with this build quite well as well, right? Like, it doesn't feel too much. Well, it kind of does. It kind of does. But it is what it is. I'm trying to push myself with like block palette design choices. I'm really trying to like push myself to a point where I can build comfortably with loads of different block types, which is very difficult in this area because obviously there's a very specific setting. So exterior done. That is the third building we've put in this area, which is not bad. Like there's a very specific build style in this area. It's kind of like a weird medieval build, I guess. Cottage core. It's more cottage core. So I'm not a huge fan of the roof, but that roof will be improved upon because effectively the tree that's going to go there, the branch is going to become the roof more than anything. So there'll be a lot of like greens and things. And the reason why I went with the red is because I think it will look good as a contrasting color to the tree. If I went for like an oak roof, it's just going to blend in with the tree a little bit. I needed something that would stand out. So yeah, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's not like my favorite build I've done. I definitely prefer the lower level, this bit, the sheep pen, to the upper level, the windows and stuff. I think I've gone too similar to the path, and I don't know. But I mean, you know what? I've put it in now, and I do kind of have a policy of once it's in the survival world, I don't alter it too much. I do alter things sometimes, but I tend not to alter things too much. I like to leave things so that we can kind of track the progress, my personal progress in building. Right, something else that I said we were going to do is I was going to move this dirt pillar here because it perfectly lines up with that window, which is going to be quite a big window. So we're going to move it to the other side of the footpath that is going to form here, and I think That will be a good place. And this tree is going to be another birch tree. So this is a birch tree. I might go around with signs and label the dirt pillars like what sort of tree I want. They're mostly going to be either oak or dirt. Oak or birch. They're like the main two. Like this sort of oak or this sort of birch. Those are the main two trees that I'm going to have in this area, with exceptions. Obviously, there's the cherry blossom tree there, but that's in a garden, so that's kind of purpose-built. All of those trees are probably more than likely going to be oak trees. That's going to be an oak tree, the big tree. I'll probably get rid of all the oak trees that are going up that hill there and get rid of all of the spruce trees and then move the spruce trees down a bit. And then with the background landscaping, we're going to change the shape of this a little bit. And change the shape of that maybe in the end. I mean, I'd like to change the why do we have animals on the top of the mountain? It's so annoying. Yeah, change the shape of my mountain as well. I want to get rid of the hole there. And I want to really make it tall. Like, I really make it tall. Dirt tree, the scar template tree type. Yeah, I decided that was the sort of thing that I needed so that I could start envisioning what was going around. So this is going to be our next big tree that we're going to make, this one here. And this one is going to be very similar to this, apart from this one, the leaves are drooping. If you see, like, they're kind of like hanging off on this one, and the branches kind of go down, whereas with that one, I want the branches to go up, because I want that one to be kind of like more akin to an apple tree than a willow. So the way I see these trees, these are a little bit more like willows than oak, because they droop down quite a lot. So these are two willow trees next to each other. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. You dick, you made me break my bushes. So these are like two willow trees, almost. Well, it's kind of like a cross between oak and willow, I guess, because willow trees probably wouldn't have such vibrant leaves and flowers and things. Like, it's a bit too green to be a willow tree. I think willow trees would naturally have like the darker spruce leaves, I think, maybe. It's a little bit too light anyway for a willow tree. But personally, I've always been in my comfort zone designing trees that droop, that have droopy leaves. It's always been a comfort zone for me. When I do trees like this, which have like scattering amounts of trees, even then I've got like drooping leaves, right? So, and like even on the cherry blossom tree, the leaves droop, like they droop down, they hang off of the branches, although the branches here do go up, but then the leaves drop down. With that one, I want like a cartoon oak tree with a very rounded top. Like, I don't know if you know what I mean. Like, I just want that oak tree that you would normally see, and I think that would be a really cool tree here at the top of the hill. And maybe like some form of walkway that comes up to the top, with boulders sticking out of the mounds here as well. And we're just going to terraform this area. Down at the bottom where this dirt path is, this is going to be Bartholomew's Shrine. I don't know if you remember, Animal, a long time ago, about 6 months ago maybe, I asked, I need something to go here. And you suggested Bartholomew's Shrine. I've now got a visual idea on what Bartholomew's Shrine's going to have, and there's a reason why this looks like a diamond. I can't remember if I've told you guys what that reason is, so I'm not going to say here. At some point we need to get rid of all this puzzle. We need to tidy up this pathway as well. This is the main pathway, so at some point I need to commit to a design to the main pathway. It'll probably be out of cobblestone and stone brick. Stone and stone brick kind of thing. Very similar to the wall. So that's what the pathway will be made out of. And the main reason for that is that this path is the path that's going to go through the valley, all the way past the valley. And eventually I will take it out to the new settlement when we get around to that. Up here, I think I told you this last time. So we've got a new pathway that I've kind of formed. It's only a small pathway. It's only going to be a small pathway. Let me clear out these creepers real quick. Up here, where this plateaus, we're going to have a little bit of a hobbit hole. I've always wanted to make... Oh, Womble. That was embarrassing. That was just embarrassing. That was just like... Oh. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. GG. I know. I think that's my first creeper death. Oh, come on. Don't you do that. You pick up my stuff. No. No, 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 no. He's got my boots as well. That's so silly. No, 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 Jesus. Okay. Okay. Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. They just want to collect my stuff. Fine. Right, well, we'll take the easy one out first. Get out of here! Take them off! I need them back! Thank you, dicks. What else did I lose in here? That was just embarrassing. Rockets. I see the rockets. Anyway, carrying on. Up here... I want like a little bit of a hobbit hole. I've never done a hobbit hole before, and I've always been... I was inspired a long time ago when Green did the hobbit holes. Green and Mumbo did the hobbit holes in some Hermitcraft that was a while ago. I think it was like season 8. And I was like, oh, I kind of want to do that. It looks fun. And I think up here would be a really cool little place to have it, like in that little corner. Just a weird diagonal hobbit hole of some kind. Hermit 7? Was it Hermit 7? Or was it Hermitcraft 8? Pro Minecrafter move. Stop that. So yeah, I mean that is what I would like there, and that might be my next kind of like design thing. Creative design is working on that because I've been inspired lately to do more creative stuff. So that would be a thing that we could work on. Maybe we could have like 2 entrances to the hobbit holes, one up here and one down there. I do have to kind of like think about that a little bit more, like what could we put in the hobbit hole. And then this plateau, this is going to be important. This would be a walkway up over to our generic spawn point. Here, there's going to be a little bit of a building that will contain shulker boxes that are like, if I have died, I can kind of like if I've died really far away, I'm just going to have like shulker boxes with like made up armor. Now, obviously, if I die, once I abandon this place, right? Once I abandon this place, because that will happen at some point, maybe 1.21, depending on what the update is. Once I've kind of moved on from this area, that necessarily won't mean that this area is finished. It just means that I want to go and do something else for a bit. I don't know if you guys remember, but the original idea of this save was to have a continuing save, right? So as soon as I get bored with an area, which I will say that this area I've definitely been more enthused to do than any other save in Minecraft. And I think it's all to do with the world generation, like the 1.18 world generation was just better. So I feel like less bored. But when I do get bored, and it will come, and I think it's going to come soon, because I am I am starting to get a little bit of fatigue around here. Like, especially with, like, the farm building. Even though I haven't really done that much farm building, I'm just like, oh, I don't want to keep doing this. So I think I will get fatigue at some point, but that won't necessarily mean, oh, you need to leave now. Like, you can never work on this again. But basically the idea is that once I get fatigue in this area, I go off in either this direction or this direction, about 2,000, 3,000 blocks. I leave everything here, and I'm not allowed to touch anything here, right? And I've got to go off, and I'm starting from scratch. And the only time I unlock this area again, and all of the stuff are in this area, is once I've beaten the end dragon in my new place. But before I go, I can't just, like, speed run to the end dragon, although we could do that at some point, maybe, I don't know. Like, but, like, I've kind of got to design and build a starter base from scratch kind of thing, and I've got to do everything properly. So I purposefully haven't been off in that direction or off in that direction for that exact reason. And yeah, so, I mean, I feel like that day is coming a lot quicker, just because I'm not necessarily getting tired, I'm just lacking inspiration at times. I mean, my original idea is that there's like an overground village that uses farms in this underground area, but like the underground area, I haven't been inspired really to do much with that other than like the sugarcane farm, and that sugarcane farm nearly killed me. So doing that like 10 times over nearly killed me, and I still didn't finish it. And I've got these villages down here that I just can't be bothered to like sort out. I've got technical stuff that I've been working on in my creative save, and it's just not inspiring me that much. Like this, I didn't finish it. I mean, it functionally is finished, but I haven't actually decorated it. And it's just like, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I've got all these chests now, and I've got no like kind of storage room and things like that, right? So, you know, like at some point, there's a spot that you can stand in the Ender Dragon hitbox, add server speed to you without moving you and giving you speed. Truly touches you, but the speed also gets added to an arrow if you fire it. Yeah, you can one-shot kill an Ender Dragon. I know. I've seen the speedrun videos. I feel like it's... I don't get the point in those sort of things, honestly. It's like... I mean, we already know that the Ender Dragon is way too easy. Like, why are we trying to... Yeah. I want to pretend to be smart. Yeah, I've seen the speedrun videos, dude. It's all over the internet at the moment because the speedruns have, like, been being destroyed. But I'm not really interested in speedrunning Minecraft. It's not the way I like to play Minecraft. I don't... Yeah. It's for the sake of speedruns. Yeah. Well, yeah, it is, pretty much. I mean, yeah, the arrow trick is definitely for the sake of speedruns. I can't think that there would be another reason for it. Now, if you want to talk about capturing a dragon and moving him to the overworld, that's cool. I want to know how to do that. I don't think I've got the tenacity to be able to do that, though. I got some spare... Oh, I've got one log left. You know what? I'm going to put the mangrove planks in here just because. Oof. I could literally pull it off and show you how. What? Get the Ender Dragon to the overworld? I don't watch Doc M, so I know it's possible. Because obviously he's done it in Hermitcraft, right? So I know there's something possible to do it. But, yeah. I don't really have the patience to learn. I'm more bothered, actually, to be honest, I'm more bothered about getting shulkers to the overworld. I'd be more bothered about that. You watched the vid? Move the dragon thing? Interesting, you watched the vid, okay. Yeah, I'm more bothered about moving shulkers, and they're a lot easier to move. From what I understand. Wait, how do you move the end dragon to... How do you get it into the overworld? Because you have to kill it to reopen the portal. I don't know how that works. Maybe I need to watch the vid. So yeah, those are kind of the plans for the future and things like that. However, we're not quite there yet to abandon this area. There are a few things that I am feeling like pretty interested in doing. Number one is decorating this area in here. I need to crack on with this. I mean, I've been threatening to do this for a while. And maybe, I mean, that might be the next like decorative project, especially now that we've got the cherry blossom tree in, is just finishing this area. I think it would definitely serve me as good to do that. Like, just decorate the area and just figure out like where bits and bobs are going. And potentially put the secret hidden door that we keep going on about here to get into the caves. You don't have to move shulkers in the overworld to build the farm. You can do that in the end. That's not the reason why I want to move shulkers. Cheering. Into the overworld. That's not the reason. I wasn't on about building a farm. Where is the... Oh. Vanilla tweaks. Hey! Excellent! They are working. I hadn't seen that before. Nice. Where's this one? That's the one I want. Have every potion effect applied at the same time. The only way I can think of doing that, because that would include the dolphin effect, is having the shulker in the overworld, right? And don't tell me how to do it. I want to figure it out myself at some point. I haven't watched any videos on that sort of thing, because at some point I will want to have a go at that, because it's quite an interesting challenge. I want to see if I'm clever enough to be able to figure it out. And again, ghast, that's another thing that I'd like to get into the overworld. You glitch it, you block all its possible locations. It would want to fly to the blocks, then you move out of range, it does a figure of 8, and you push it with the flying machine and it goes away from the end island. Then the game spawns another dragon, and the dragon flight is going on, but the dragon is gone. Yes, a glitch fail save. Interesting. You kill that dragon, move the figure of 8 dragon back, and have fun. Interesting. Okay. So basically it's a... you have to glitch it out. Okay. Interesting. That's interesting. So the game spawns a second dragon. Didn't know that. Yeah, no, that's not the reason why I want to move shulker boxes to the overworld. Moving shulker boxes to the overworld is for the Furious Cocktail achievement. Okay, so things that we need to, because I said we were going to clean up today. I'm not going to clean anything up on the overworld today. It's actually stuff underground, and I'm going to hate myself for doing this. This is why I didn't put it in the title. But we're going to at least try and finish the sugarcane farm. I'm gonna force myself to do it. I don't want to do it. You don't want to see me like squirm to do this. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna force myself to do it. That's what we're doing. We're doing it, okay? Like I'm doing it. I'm doing it until I get like really frustrated and bored. Do we even have the amount of glass that I need? No, we don't. Well, we don't need that just yet anyway, but I can prep it. We like to see the streamer suffer. Well, no, you don't, because I mean, I've just spent like, what, half an hour going out of my way to not do the thing that I was gonna do. Like, that's not watching me suffer, that's just watching me procrastinate. Nobody liked that. So, yeah. I think the first thing I need to do is I need to make this look good. Actually, I think this level is about as good as I'm gonna get it. So let's start hooking up the glass then, and then we'll, once I get the glass in, we're good. Made it. And the glass needs to go on. Oh, I don't even have any glass. So the glass needs to kind of like just boop, boop. Needs to go on that layer there, doesn't it? Okay, so we'll work from here, and I'm gonna build out. So yeah, this is what we're doing. We're just gonna do this until I get bored, and then we're gonna go and do something else. And I would imagine I'm gonna get bored very quick. So that's why I didn't put it in the title. Because I know, I get it, everyone wants to see me struggle with this shit. But I also need to not forget to put the glass in. There's places, otherwise the glass is going to look weird. At least with Optifine, it'll look weird. Actually, I'm thinking of a very good point right now, is the fact that actually I've made this farm based around how Optifine looks. So if I lose Optifine, this farm's going to look terrible. Nah, I can't do this. Okay, so really, I mean, what I really need to be looking at is that back wall. That's kind of where we need to be like, okay, finish your farm deco womble. Stop being lazy. Listen, like, it's just like, this was the worst part of the build, right? I enjoyed doing the redstone stuff. I enjoyed doing that grind, but this part of the grind, placing the glass and like doing the terrain decoration, it just wore away at something in my brain, and I very nearly stopped playing Minecraft because of it. So I decided to stop doing the decoration, complete the farm, and then go and do something else, which ironically was also terrain decoration, but I got out of the cave, okay? That's also not where I want that to be. Okay. Right. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna work from the I'll work from here, because this is quite a good little place to work from. We've got the redstone now in place, which actually means that this is going to be more tricky. Maybe if I'd have just done it right the first time, it wouldn't be this way, but hey. No! Okay, I thought I was gonna fall down to my death then, but apparently didn't. Okay, and this bit's okay, so we can kind of like chip away at bits of this, I think. Chip away at like little bits and bobs here, there, and everywhere. The thing is, this probably, like this process here, finishing this off is going to take me like, what, 15 minutes? But it's 15 minutes I do not want to do. Like, I think the hardest bit is probably going to be the roof, because I need to make that look like a cave roof and not a flat roof. Ugh, I'm out of class. And like I said, it's actually going to be a lot more challenging now I've got this concrete in the way. Okay, so I need to clear out the gravel here. I am actually going to take all of this gravel, then we'll put a torch and we'll just like build something behind it. The reason why I'm going to take the gravel is because gravel is always useful, and you know, I do need a torch though to put in here. Maybe this torch. Perfect. Oh, block update. Come on. Is the glass below here? Yes. Okay, so that is going to go. It doesn't need to look pretty behind here because you can barely see it, but I do want it to make a little bit of sense. Oh, this area is really laggy. I know why this area is laggy. Because all of that is falling in is like just hovering around, right? Oops. Yeah, it's all just like hovering around there. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Oh. Well, now while you look at what you've done, you've broken the whole thing. You put, ugh. Let's go and fix it. Go and fix it. I've broken it. It's fine. See? I broke that bit. That was the bit that we broke. Also, all of the sugarcane. Right, let's just take this, because I don't think we need that waterfall there. We'll do that, and then we'll do that, and it should fix it back up. I mean, more sugarcane that's not being collected, and I'm getting sugarcane? Oh, there's so much sugarcane. We need to like make this better at some point. Actually, let's do that now. Let's just like put one more of these in. Do I have chests? Probably. I've probably got chests somewhere, right? Add a little bit more storage. No? No, I don't have any chests. Okay, well, we've got mangrove planks. So, let's make a couple of chests. There we go. That will mean that everything will get collected. And we'll come back to that at some point, I'm sure we will. And I'll put that in there as well, because that's got to be walled off. Okay, I'm already bored of this. Divinity 1. Interesting. How is that? Is that good? Are you enjoying it? I don't know anything about the Divinity games other than Origin Sin. And obviously we knew that I didn't have the patience to finish that. But it was, I mean, it's a good game, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the game, I just didn't have the patience to finish it, kind of thing. We'll know how that ended. Do I not have any more? No more torches. I don't know where my torch went. Is the original Sin version before the second one? Nice. Played the classic version years ago. Later, the second one, but now I was like, I want to play the enhanced version. Nice. I mean, don't get me. I really enjoyed that game. It was just, I found it tiresome at times. Like, this is the problem with me and like games like that. Okay, I'm gonna break away the granite here because we are not using the granite in this. Yeah, I mean that was kind of like my main. It's my main problem that I do have an ongoing. Oh, womble. Let me guess. I can't get out now. I knew this bit was gonna be like the worst bit. I'm just gonna like get rid of a lot of this at the top. This one takes a long time to finish. Yeah, exactly. It's like they're effectively 80-hour games, which for me, that's a big time investment. I didn't quite have the patience to sit down and just play. Or like, I would sit down and play and I'm just like, this is just grind fest. I did feel like that towards the end of me playing Origin Sin. I was it the second one, the second game in the franchise? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't even remember which one it was. I think it was the second. But yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed the game, and I wouldn't like, you know, I might maybe one day come back to it, but I don't know if it's going to be one of those games that I'm ever going to like finish. Like, I'm never going to beat that sort of a game just because I don't have the temperament to stick to it for long periods of time. Unfortunately. I mean, that's just how it is. It's how I am, I think. as a scatterbrain person. Or at least how I've grown into it. I think my main problem that I've got these days is I'm so busy. Like, I am just busy. Like, because I used to play a lot of JRPGs and stuff. And I used to love going through them and playing them, but I'm so busy now. It's very difficult for me to get time to play the games, and then when I do play them, I'm just thinking I want to do something else. I say JRPGs, I'm fully aware that Divinity isn't Japanese, but it's got a similar sort of gameplay to it. You know what I mean? Like it's a character MMO kind of, well, not MMO. What am I on about? It's a character-driven game where you have to spend time to build up your characters, get to know them. There's multiple different ways of playing. There's multiple different processes. I don't know if I'm making any sense. It makes sense to me, okay? I don't know whether what I've just said is just a load of garbage that I've just said out loud, or whether that makes sense to you guys, but yeah, like I struggle. I mean, I remember when we played on stream Final Fantasy, one of the Final Fantasy games, like Final Fantasy IV, I never beat it because I was just like, no, I'm done. I'm done playing this. Like, I can't keep doing this. So we never actually got to the end of that. I think it was the Final Fantasy IV After Years, which is the kind of the sequel to the Final Fantasy IV game, which I'd played previously. I'd played Final Fantasy IV, and I loved it, and I loved those characters. And then the sequel was just like trash. But even then, it was the grinding and things that I didn't necessarily enjoy as much. And now I'm a lot different in my play styles. I like to kind of, I don't know, I just play things differently. But I just have this tendency to like play story-driven games these days, and I never really finish them. So like Yakuza, that's a big example of this, is the fact that I love that game. I love it. I think it's amazing, but we never finished it. And I don't know if we're ever going back to it. We maybe at one point, I don't know. I'm not ruling it out, but I'd rather play games like this where I can just goof around and not have to like sit down and think about story and that sort of stuff, if that makes sense. Creative Minecraft being kind of fills the gap for you. Exactly. Like, it's like creative building. It just makes sense, I guess. That was an Enderman that decided to place the block there. So I'm a bit worried that this back wall here looks flat. Yeah, it does look a little bit flat, doesn't it? Like, hey, I don't know. I need to bring the roof up a little bit so that we cave it in. A little bit more like what's going on here, right? Like, more archy. There we go. Yeah, I'm just trying to like even it out a little bit, like add that depth in. I'm not so keen on that, but we'll see. I'll add that in for the time being. And probably on this side, we're going to have like a pillar that goes up to hide this a little bit more. So we'll have like 2 pillars maybe, maybe a pillar that sticks out here too. Just to help blend the glass in a bit more. Okay, that's as much as I can stomach. I can't be bothered to do the rest, so sod that. Like, I'm serious. I can't be bothered. I've lost all interest in doing that very quickly. I'm serious. Like, I have no interest in finishing that. So, we're not doing it. It's as simple as that. Like, not doing it. Nope. Ooh, but I will take these, which has been growing. I want some wheat. I want some wheat. Give me your wheat. You see what I mean? Like, I've definitely got like a short attention span. Now, when I put my mind to something, I'll do it. But right now, my mind is not, it's not going on the sugarcane farm. The problem I'm having is that I know that everything I'm doing, if I'm forcing myself to do that, I'm doing a half-ass job, and I am. Absolutely. I'm doing a half-ass job with that whole area in here. And I know the bits that I've done there, like the little bits that I've done, it's like a half, it's half the effort of what I need to be doing, right? I like that bit that I did there, I guess. Like, that looks okay, although it's a little bit questionable that I've just randomly got a block there and not... Ugh. That's the sort of thing that is frustrating me. It's the fact that there's like just a little bit that just... And because I'm half-arsing it, there's going to be loads of bits like that. It's like that bit down there. Like, something's not right there. I need to, like, focus myself to be able to get that right. And I need to be willing to do it. I've got to want to do that. And I don't want to do it, so it's just going to look crap. So we're not doing it anymore. It's as simple as that. We're not doing it anymore. I give up. For the time being, like, it's not a complete rage quit of the sugarcane farm. It's I'm leaving it at 95% done. Sue me. That's what it is. That's what it is, you know. I did a little bit of cleanup. I did a little bit. At some point, I need to do like a mega storage area as well. I don't want to do that either. But I need to get it done. Right, what I do want to do though, and this is quite a big thing, I think. This is going to be quite an interesting thing, because I don't normally show this process on stream, right? But something that I do want to do, I want to design. I want to design an area underneath this building here for my sheep. I want to design a sheep farm. Now, we've already got an idea on how the sheep farm's going to work, but I would like to have a go at maybe implementing that. Now, if we're designing, I've already got the actual farm itself built. I just need to make it look good, right? But I can't do that in here. I think that if I was doing that in here, I would just be mining for hours and hours and hours on end. I don't want to do that today. I'll have to do it at some point, but I don't want to do it today. But I'll be mining without a purpose or a direction. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump over to creative. And we're going to design an area that will contain the... How many different colors of wool are there? Is it 16 or 15? Well, we're going to design an area with all the different colors of wool. 16. Good. It's an even number. I was hoping for that. It's not a multiple of 3, though. That sucks. But it is an even number. So we're going to design an area with all 16 different colors of wool. Oh, but it is a multiple of 4. So we could do 4 4s. Okay. Not a multiple of 3. Sucks. So we're going to jump on the test world. Now, we're not just going to do the redstone behind it, because I've kind of already got the redstone. I think each farm will require 10 sheep. So this is kind of the redstone. I'm going to see maybe... I mean, I only need to build one of these. This is like a timer ticked clock. I'm going to see maybe if I can condense this down a little bit. So the redstone's not like huge. But I don't think I'm going to be able to, like, well. Basically, this is, do you know what? I should have looked at this before I started streaming. But this is redstone I designed a while ago. So I think I could probably make it a little bit better. But basically, the fundamentals. This is what we need. Oh, look at that. I found a flaw. I don't know how to overcome that. I actually don't know how to overcome that. That was a lot of wool that I picked up there. That was a lot of wool that didn't end up in here. Side insert the shears. But if I did that, animal, I suppose I could do it in this side, couldn't I? Yeah, I suppose I could do it in that side. Right? Because that's not going to affect my redstone. Okay. Okay, anyway, the point of this... Now, I would like to build this, but on a smaller scale, really. So, the idea is, we've got, like, let's say 10 sheep in the hole. I want 10 sheep in, right? I think that's a good amount. I don't need more than that. I mean, we could do the full, like, entity cram. I could do that. And I'm tempted to do that. I'm tempted to do the full entity cram. Because that would just be ridiculous. I mean, I would just end up with, like, all of the wool. I mean, how much wool have we got from here? We actually don't have that much. The sheep aren't eating the grass, look. Or have they ate the grass? They have. They've ate that grass. And the ticker tape's kind of broken. Which is why we've got the timer there. Oh. No, something's definitely broken in this setup because... I can change that, but yeah, no, look, the sheep are not eating the grass and it's not pushing the grass around. So something's broken and I don't know what it is. I guess it's that one there that's not being pushed. The main bottleneck is them eating grass, not dirt. Yeah, okay. So basically what happens is when the sheep eat the grass, it pushes the ticker tape. No, the ticker tape worked that time. So basically as soon as the sheep eat the grass, it fires everything off and then the grass moves around. That's feed tape. Yeah. Okay, now it's working. But occasionally, like, the dirt gets stuck under there, and I don't know what causes that. So we need to work that out. So yeah, anyway, this is the process. I'll probably have the feed tape like less than this, so it's not going to go all the way around. Probably just around like this segment kind of thing. So if we have like 10 sheep, we have like 10 pieces of grass, something like that. And it just goes round, and then by the time it gets round, like the grass has actually spread it onto the dirt itself. And if you have a dirt block that gets stuck, because occasionally it does. Hey, Kath. If you have a dirt block that gets stuck, that's when the timer comes in, and the timer like fires off the... Oh, maybe it... Yeah, fires off the ticker tape, right? So there's definitely a way that I could do this easier and quicker. I designed this a long time ago, so now I'm trying to learn like what I'm doing, but actually it's fairly easy. I've got like a very simple setup for a etho clock. I've got an output timer. I've got an output machine with the lectern, which I don't necessarily think I need. Oh no, I do need that because that needs to be full in order to fire everything off. It's either that or I have a Uno reverse card. And then we've also just got like an automatic detection system there as well. So as soon as that gets fired, I've got like 2 diamond swords in there. As soon as there's 2 items in there, it like fires around. I see. Yeah. If the grass grow back into the same tick as it's eaten, it gets stuck. Yeah, that's the problem, Turing. Correct. But that's why we have the clock. Right, so if the grass gets eaten in the same tick as, then it will get stuck, but then you've got the clock that kind of overrides that and it just pushes it through. So there is a problem there, and the clock solves that. That's what the clock's for. This is like the backup contingency, so it doesn't just get stuck. If that makes sense, Turing, that's why the clock's there. I couldn't figure out another way around that. Like again, so that happened. That's just happened. We just saw it. Like it got 8 as it got pushed round, and now the whole system's got stuck. Like, it's got stuck there here, if that makes sense. Oh! Let's see if the clock fixes this. Because that could be where I'm going wrong. I mean, it will... No, it didn't. It didn't fix it. That didn't fix it. It didn't push it. Why didn't it push it? That should have pushed it. This should have pushed it. I saw this get lit up and then it didn't push it. Redstone. Where's my redstone? Come on now. I saw that get activated. I saw that get activated. Why? There. Right, so that worked. I'm so confused. It did it again. It did it again. Okay, so the clock is the bit that's broken, maybe. I don't know. It can't be the clock. Oh, I think the clock is at, I think you need a 2-tick delay on that so that it extends it. I think that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, it is. It's the clock that breaks this bit here. So it's actually the clock that's the problem. But anyway, that's the idea behind it. It definitely needs some refining work. But I would like to build that in my save, right? Like, that's what I would like to do. I would like to build this in my... or like a version of this. It definitely needs a little bit of work, and I don't know how to get rid of the tick problem. It definitely needs a little bit of work. Now, how tileable? So the question number one, how tileable is this? Not very. I mean, I guess what you could do, you could have like multiple sheep stations, like maybe another sheep station over on this side. Because by the time the grass gets to like here, it's more or less fully grown. Like a dirt block makes it to here. But the grass is kind of like grown on this bit, right? So the ticker tape doesn't need to be that big. It doesn't need to be that long. So you could have like another sheep station there. You could have another sheep station here. You can have another sheep station there, right? So you could do it that way around. And then you'd have... So you got 4, so you would need 4 of those with 4 different sheep stations. So you could do that and maybe like have an area where you walk over the top of 4 of these little stations and all the different outputs kind of go into like one central spot. So you can walk over the top of this. So that's a way of doing it, making it look good. There's probably, would you do 1 for every color? 1 for every color, Kath. Yeah, so we need 16 different sheep stations, right? So 16 different farms. But I think if I had a sheep station here, sheep station there, sheep station there, then you've got 4 out of the 16 that you need. If that makes sense. So yeah, I would definitely want 1 for every color of wool, just because why not? You will... or just do white wool and color it after the fact. I don't really have a... So the reason against that is that number 1, that's dye intensive, so color intensive. Now we do have green dye in abundance. That's not a problem. We could do it with green. But the other colors, I don't really have a flower farm for 1. And cocoa beans, I don't have a cocoa bean farm. That's a really difficult... Brown dye is the most difficult, so I may as well just dye the sheep, then you're only using your dye once, right? One of these modules with 16 sheep in it. Of different colours. Because that would be too slow, animal. Like, if I'm doing it like that, animal, For me, that would be too slow. So I want a lot of wool very quickly. That's what I want. Now, I think we only need 10 sheep in each. Now, I mean, look, if I was going to do that animal, I may as well just do the good old, the tried and the tested sheep farm, which is like super easy to do, right? So you've got your dispenser there, observer block into this, right? And then some form of... God, they've moved everything. Where is it? They've actually moved everything. Some form of this, right? Like, I mean... If I was going to do that, I would just do this, like... 16 times. Which I've done before, so I'm not overly interested in doing that. If that makes sense. I'm not overly interested in doing doing that sort of a thing because I've done it before. And it's super easy and there's no like kind of challenge involved in doing that, right? Well, there is a challenge. Of course there's a challenge. There's a challenge in everything. Maybe not there. But like I said, I've done it before, so I'm not as interested in doing it again. So you got your sheep in there. We could do it. We could literally do it like that, and you could just like have one sheep. Like if you're only using one sheep, you could do one sheep like that, right? And then you just have 16 of those, and that's probably more. Whatever, right? You just have 16 of those. Nice and simple. Of course, this isn't going to collect the wool, but you know, that's effectively what you could do. I'm not going to be able to collect the wool that way because I don't have a hopper minecart there. But you get what I'm going for there, right? You get what I'm going for there. I could do that, and I could increase on that with like having these sort of thing, that sort of the thing going on, so that rejuvenates quicker. And this you can probably get away with like 4 sheep, I think, in there before it becomes a bottleneck of you can also like cover that round, right? Oh, maybe you do this way. And yeah, maybe that's more efficient, is doing it that way. But you get what I mean, right? Like you could do that, and then your bottleneck is waiting for the grass to grow. And that will trickle in wool very slowly. But I want a constant stream of wool so that we can go... So we can do loads of things with it. I can sell it with villagers, I could do all sorts. And I just think it's quite a cool little design, you know, that I'm personally quite pleased with that. I designed it a long time ago. So yes, I think doing it like this, and I think having 4 different stations in the square, because there's an obvious square that's going on. By the time you get to here, you tend not to have any any dirt block, I guess. There's definitely a dirt block there, right? Yeah. So at the moment, there's a dirt block underneath it. So another way to get rid of the dirt block getting stuck is by having 4 of these different stations and then just having like a master clock somewhere. But now the question that I'm going to ask you guys is, how do I decorate this? How do I make this look good? Any ideas? Or how do I fix this so that... so option number one is to have multiple of those different stations that are centralized around the thing and just move the redstone around a little bit, right? So that's option one. Option two is to have 16 of these with all 16 different ticker tapes. We could do that. And we're not sharing the back parts of the ticker tapes, but we could reduce the amount of ticker tape that we actually need, right? We're still going to need the same amount of pistons, so we're using like 4 times as much pistons, but it's not going to take as long for the grass to get round the circuit. Now the sheep's just refusing to eat. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I think it's to do with the clock. I think it's because the clock... like, when that is being activated, it's like... I don't know. Hopper counters. Wait, I would suggest carpet mod for farm designing. Okay, there's really cool features like tick, warp, hopper counters. It's made by Nembon Fabric Mod. Yeah. You know his view on mods. I know, right? Like, I've got 2 mods that I use in my world, and that is Enderman Griefing is removed, that's gone, and Optifine, so I can do that. Like, I don't use mods. I just don't do it. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I am warming a little bit though, Kath, to quality of life mods like Lightmatica. So Lightmatica is a good way of like designing blueprints. Like, you design a build, you do it, because I'm doing a lot of like designing creative stuff like over there kind of thing. And like having a blueprint with block numbers is a good idea, so then I know exactly how many blocks I need. So I have been thinking of maybe adding that into the creative world. I wouldn't add it into the survivor world. It's just so that I can very easily say, right, I need X amount of blocks. Now let's go and get those X amount of blocks, and then I can just rebuild it using screenshots. Because counting is hard. Counting is hard when you're using a varied block palette. Like, for instance, I really struggled counting the exact amount of blocks that I needed for this, right? Because you're using so many different types of blocks. Like, for the roof, for instance. Like, it's the roof. Because you're using a trapdoor here, you're using the stripped oak there. That's not stripped. That's not stripped wood, that's like just the normal stripped oak, because you've got the little, detail, you've got the stairs, you've got the slabs, you've got the planks, you've got the birch stuff. So, you know, it would have just made my life a lot easier if I could have had like a mod to say, right, in this area there is this. So then I don't have to go through and meticulously count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because that's what I did with this build, and it was a pain in the ass. And that's what I've done with that build, and it was a pain in the ass. Actually, I didn't do that with this build because I already had all the materials anyway, right? The only thing that we were missing with it was the mangrove wood, and we just, yeah. But like, when it gets to like a bigger scale projects, Lightmatica, it just makes a little bit of sense, if that makes sense. I don't know. And I do want to start building bigger projects. So it's kind of like a matter of, let's use a tool just to make it a little bit more easier. Or like when I was doing like these redstone stuff, is like when I was designing these things, like it would be very useful to know exactly how many repeaters I'm gonna need. or this here. Like, I mean, my process with the sugarcane farm was build it at a small scale and then multiply by the amount that I need, right? So I knew, like, so then it becomes easier to count, right? So redstone designs aren't necessarily that difficult to count itself, because you know, right, okay, so if there's, like, if that is a tile, I know that there's 8 of these on one side, we've got 2 sides, so we've got 16 versions of these. That becomes very easy to say, right, I need 16 of those, I need, you know, like 32 of these dirt blocks here, plus the extra that's on the side. We've got stairs under there, so we need 32 stairs, and so on and so forth. So that became very easy to work out how much we needed for the sugarcane farm. So I personally, didn't need Litematica for that, but something like creative build, like for instance that, if I needed to know how many different pieces of granite was in that build, I'd have to count every individual one. Or I could just say, right, how many pieces, what blocks are between this block here and this block way the fuck over there? Like what have I used? What did I use? How many do I use? And then when I go and build it in whatever. I poke a little bit of fun and he goes on an hour explanation to justify his choice. Yes, that's how our relationship works. That's how our relationship works. Like that is me and Kath in a nutshell. He does a little thing and he knows it's going to trigger me, so I go on a massive rant. So yeah, like something I can see myself using Litematica in the future, but only in the creative world, just so I know what I've used and where I've used it. But in terms of redstone design, I don't know, maybe I'm not against it. I'm just not entirely, I don't see the point in it just yet. Okay, so the I'm trying to figure out to see if we could pull from there. Oh, right. Yeah, of course we can. So actually I can make this. Why didn't I do that before? I could make this circuit like align with this, right? But that's not going to align with that line that runs along and gets the what's its. But I mean, like you could figure that out. Well, actually, wait. Yeah, I mean, if I wanted the ticker tape line on that, we could just do this, for instance, right? Anonymous Gifter gifted 3 months of tier 1 to Animal. Thank you, Anonymous. I appreciate that. I know who that is. I know who Anonymous is. I know who Anonymous is, but thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, you could do that, and you could do your output with the, hello? Why has that got stuck? Oh, that's why that got stuck, because it's a block update, right? Yeah, it's a block update. I'm an idiot. So you could bring that onto this level up here, so that means that it's not like kind of like deep on the floor. So we could do that. Which would then mean that the ticker tape would probably be easier to control. I could do that internally instead of externally. Maybe, maybe not. No, it'd still have to be external, so I'd still have to go underneath or over the top. Alright kids, have fun. I gotta get ready for your afternoon class. Thank you, Kath. I appreciate it. Okay. And of course we've got like this thing here, which is page 4 apparently. Signal strength of 4 is going out into that bit there. Wait a sec. Subtract mode? I thought that one was subtract. Wait, how does subtract mode work, chat? Yep, subtract mode works differently to what I was thinking. It's very rare that I use subtract mode. I thought it was the other way around. I thought subtract mode worked the other way around. Hold on, let me visualize right now. It does. No. I thought it worked the other way around. It subtracts. Yes. No, it doesn't work the other way around. I know what I'm doing. Apparently, when I did this, I knew what I was doing, and then, now, I forgot. Did you right-click it? I didn't well, obviously I right-clicked it at some point, but I didn't do it by accident. Whenever I did that, I did it correctly, and then I got confused because I'd forgotten how subtract mode works because I'm streaming. My brain doesn't redstone when I stream. Like, I just can't. Yeah, I can't problem solve like this when I'm streaming. I don't know what it is. It's weird. Okay. So I think the next step here is I want to make this into a little bit more of a fitting area, right? So I want to either condense this down. I want to see that trigger so that it breaks this over here. I think... I don't understand why I've not done that. So I think the timer now will actually work correctly. Maybe. She's gonna have to wait until this thing here fills up. I'm just trying to make that timer work. Right. Yeah, it now works correctly. So the timer now works correctly, which is perfect. Excellent. Okay, so the timer works correctly because that was the thing that was broken. Now it does. So that's the fix there. Okay, so this is now a system that works. So now we need to condense it down and or... So what do I want to do here? if we have 4 modules of these on the ticker tape going around, right? So you've got sheep here, you've got sheep there, and sheep here. Do I want each one of those modules to be able to power the ticker tape, or do I want the ticker tape just to be powered by the timer? I mean, we have to have the observer there, right? Because otherwise it's not going to shear the thing. And then I also need to think, how am I going to refuel the shears? Timer is slower. I mean, that you can alter that, right? You can alter the timer. Like, that's not a problem. I could make that timer go like, how many do we have? Yeah, I mean, I've got 45 there, so that's not a problem, Turing. We can alter the timer. So that one got stuck there. There's always going to be one of those corners that's broken, but as long as it's not that one, then we're okay. Oh, that one didn't fire that time. That was probably because that piston was extended. That's probably why that one didn't fire. But the sheep haven't ate the grass, so it's okay. Okay, bear with me. Well, actually, I was going to say I need to go and use the bathroom, but actually it's coming to the end of the stream. I hate to not do some of this on stream, so let's just set up I don't know. I've got decisions here to make. Chat, what do you think I should do? Should I go with the 4 sheep module and use this square as a template, or should I do 16 of these and have a smaller ticker tape? What do you think is the best here? That's the decision that I can't seem to make. But I'm actually etching to kind of finish the stream because I need to go and do stuff for work tomorrow. I've been going for like 2 hours. It's still slower. The detection happens faster than grass grows quicker. That's true. It is true, Turing. Well, the timer is a backup, right? So yeah, the detection can be instant. Yeah. Okay. So we'll keep. So I think the detection are like we would have to have, if we had the same module interior in here, we would have to have 4 different versions of that hooked up to all different 4 so that it would trigger whenever the detection goes off. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's very difficult. It's difficult to say. I think the answer is build out like various different copies of this. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not doing that today. I've decided I don't want to do that today. I wanted to work on this as well, but I think I'm gonna call the stream. Unfortunately, sorry, chat. I know. I always cop out whenever it comes to Redstone stuff on stream. I was like, I don't know what to do, and then I just like end the stream. But I'm gonna keep the meme alive and keep doing it. Right? We don't do Redstone on stream. Like we don't. We will mindlessly build redstone, but I won't design redstone on stream. I can't. I'm too indecisive. I'm too indecisive. Right, I need to head out. Have a good night, evening, noon, insert time zone here. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Until next time, later, nerds!